We just got done talking about who fares better, the Lions defense or the Giants defense. It was kind of consensus that the Giants defense better, especially that defensive line.
100%.
The defensive line is great, but a piece on the Lions defensive line, probably the biggest piece on the Lions defensive line, somebody you love, Michigan man, their number one draft pick this year, Aidan Hutchinson. He's caught in a lot of slack. People were calling him a bust. People were saying he can't do it after 4 games into his NFL career. But when you look at the stats, Aidan Hutchinson, through 9 games in his NFL career, his stats are eerily similar to Myles Garrett. Through 9 games, Aidan Hutchinson has 5.5 sacks. Myles had 5. Aidan Hutchinson has 28 pressures. Myles had 32. Aidan has 18 hurries. Myles had 17. Aidan had 28 total tackles, and Myles had 27. You look at that, the Lions' edge is looking special, and that is correct. This is a high bar to set. Are you in the camp of believing that Aidan Hutchinson could possibly be a player to the caliber of Myles Garrett?
I mean, it looks like, at least so far throughout his career, that maybe he could be. And I have another crazy stat, not just about Myles Garrett. You ever hear of a guy named J.J. Watt? He's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Pretty generational.
Pretty good, yeah.
Aidan Hutchinson so far this season has as many sacks as J.J. Watt did his entire rookie year.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. But back to Myles Garrett. It's worked out pretty well for Myles Garrett. He was a number 1 overall pick. He's obviously become one of the best pass rushers in the NFL, one of those game-wrecking guys.
For sure.
And Aidan Hutchinson, I would also count myself as somebody who had a few doubts at the beginning of the year. But you also have to remember what he was asked to do. He was asked to come into a very, very bad defense and be their best player right off the bat. And so far this year, I wouldn't say he's been their best and most consistent player, but he seems to have figured it out. Mm-hmm. And I would say that so far, he has done everything that's been asked of him. In all 3 of the Lions' victories, Aidan Hutchinson played a big part in making them happen. He had 3 sacks versus the Commanders, a huge goal line interception against the Packers, and against
great play too.
Yeah, absolutely. And against the Bears, he had that tackle of David Montgomery where he just flew. He had a huge sack. When the Bears were going down, all they needed was a field goal. That sack changed it from 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 8 to 3rd and 15. Yeah. Basically, that's all she wrote. And then on that big pick 6 by Jeff Okudah, who was the one that kind of forced that throw?
I believe it was Aidan Hutchinson.
It was Aidan
believe.
freaking Hutchinson. Yeah. And not only in the wins, he played pretty well against the Cowboys.
He did. He had a good game. We talked about, obviously, that first stretch of the season, those first 4 games, it was kind of rough.
Yes.
You look at that first half of the Commanders game, and you saw that, and you're like, damn, this kid can be real special if he can bottle that up, if he's not making the mistakes anymore. And he's learning from those mistakes. You talk about him getting that interception where he dives backwards. He makes a great catch, a very athletic play. You talk about him forcing the pick 6 on Justin Fields, where he's learning from what was the big criticism early in the season.
He's over-pursuing.
He doesn't read anything. Undisciplined. He's learning from that. He's making disciplined plays. He is not over-pursuing on screens, and that led to not only 1 interception by him, but caused a pick 6 for the team. So you love to see it. I think Myles Garrett is a generational type pass rusher, so I don't want to go that far just yet. I'll need to see a little more consistently. But the stats are there. The athleticism is there. I wouldn't be surprised. I'll put it at that.
I mean, that's why I was hesitant to say he's the next Myles Garrett, because Myles Garrett is a freak. He is absolutely generational, one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. I don't even know if I need Aidan Hutchinson to be Myles Garrett, but if he's mentioned in the same ilk, I mean, we as Lions fans will be doing backflips, and we'll be praising Brad Holmes to the heavens for making the right pick, which I already believe he has.
I agree. I agree totally. I think he has proven that he is the right pick. The way he bounced back from the early kind of stumble, he bounced back and he shows that he can do it He can do it in different ways. He can adapt his game and learn from his mistakes. And in the Woodward Sports chat, we see Troy saying Nick Bosa won Defensive Rookie of the Year with 9 sacks.
That's very true. But Nick Bosa, he's another one that's his rookie season was. I mean, the 9 sacks do not tell the whole story.
Nick Bosa had 16 pressures in one game this year.
Yeah, like
single game.
Like, I love Aidan Hutchinson as much as the next person, but don't mention his rookie year in the same breath as Nick Bosa's. He was dominant from day one.
Also, they didn't have Sauce Gardner in that draft class. Like, Sauce Gardner he has to be getting burnt every game for the rest of the year if he's not going to win Rookie of the Year. The guy's playing lights out.
But, okay, what if?
Put on your tinfoil Wolverine helmets, everyone.
There we go. There it is. But what if, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, what if Aidan Hutchinson actually gets the 12 sacks that I predicted before the season? Can he re-enter the race to actually possibly win it over Sauce Gardner?
If he gets 12 sacks, he's going to win it. Yeah. I think it'd be hard for me to say a guy with 12 sacks, which is very close to the rookie record, is not Defensive Player of the Year.
And guess what? If Aidan Hutchinson gets 12 sacks, I firmly believe that the Lions will have won 7, 8, or 9 games. I'm not predicting that they will, but if he plays that well, I mean, you see how the team plays and the defense plays when Aidan Hutchinson is doing well. I mean, he is the engine, and that's what you want from your number 2 overall pick. You want to impact games the way Aidan Hutchinson has, impact wins. He has impacted 3 wins already. I mean, 3 wins isn't great for 9 games, but in all 3 of those wins, Aidan Hutchinson played a big part in that, and that's what you wanted from him.
For sure. And in the Woodward Sports chat, we have Stop It saying, Detroit fans are such homers. You guys already have Hutch in the Hall of Fame. Well, first of all, stop it. Stop it. Get some help. Because nobody was being a homer here. We simply put up the stats, and stats don't lie. The numbers were very similar to Myles Garrett. We both said we kind of want to pump the brakes on he's going to be that good talk, but he can be very good. There you go, stop it. If you missed it, read that and tell me that's a homer take. Tell me saying Aidan Hutchinson through 9 games is the same as Myles Garrett through 9 games. Tell me that's a homer take when you look at those numbers.
No, you can't. It's literally just by the numbers. And honestly, one of the reasons
the numbers.
That's right.
Thank you, Wilbur.
Thank you, Wilbur. One of the reasons that we show graphics like that is for the people who maybe have their doubts about Aidan Hutchinson, who were calling him a bust 4, 5, 6 games into his career, just to show how good Aidan Hutchinson actually has been. Has he been consistent throughout the whole year? Absolutely not. But you can also point to where he has figured it out. I would say after the Cowboys game and on, he's been damn good.
Yes, he has been very good. He's been one of the best players on that defense since that game. And Wilbur, I know you're a big Aidan Hutchinson guy. I know you think he should have been number 1 overall in the draft. What do you think about his performance so far?
First, dude, great hair. All right, dimples, bone structure. Aidan has it all, dude. If I'm just throwing those type of things out there, but to be quite honest with you, I think we do need to pump the brakes a little bit. Myles Garrett is a bit of like an extreme to compare him to, but I have no doubt. I could certainly say that Aidan's special. He's showing instincts on the field, instincts that I don't think anybody had in their draft report coming out of like this year's draft. So like Aidan for sure is a piece. And I love, too, that he's a hard worker. I think that's the type of like leadership you need to have in there if you're going to have a guy that's going to be your guy. I mean, the dude's a dude, as my guy Spencer would say.
Yeah.
And,
I'm not your guy yet.
Special, dude.
No. All right, dude. Don't get too comfortable, Wilbur. We just met.
Oh, my God, dude.
But, yeah, there's going to be a lot going into it. And I think Aidan Hutchinson can be the best pass rusher out of this class. I don't think that's being a homer. I don't think that's asking too much. I think Aidan Hutchinson has shown the ability to do that, and I think he's proven it so far this year.
I mean, that's absolutely not a homer take. I mean, even so far this year, I would say he's been the best pass rusher, and I would say his competition thus far, you got Trayvon Walker, but I think his main competition has been Kayvon Thibodeau. And what did I say the other day? It's not all about sacks, but it is a little bit about sacks. And Aidan Hutchinson has 5.5, and Kayvon Thibodeau has 1. That matters.
5.5 is more than 1 the last time I checked.
5.5 times more. Yeah. Like more than 5 times more than 1.